Hi, my name isn't important, I'm just a lazy gamer, and as you can see in the back, I'm a huge fan of the Mega CD, especially for Corpse Killer. But I'm too lazy to show you about this game. Instead, I show you this. I'm just a lazy video gamer, even too lazy to get an own theme song. This is the Mega Drive Mega CD Model 1. It was a childhood dream of me to have a Model 1, but it's easier to say how do I get it on Nuremberg than telling you the story why I still think the Mega CD is an awesome console. So it all started back in the days where the Genesis and the Super Nintendo has the big 16-bit war. I was starting to working, and as a young adult, I was back then a collector, but not a collector to have it in the shelf, a collector to play it, and want to play tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. It started not here in continental Europe with the Mega CD1. The Mega CD1 was released in Britain only and had in the early days some cover variations, some big boxes. I show you later some of them. It started with the Mega CD2. I was back then a huge wrestling fan, and in the early days of 16-bit games, or generally in the 16-bit era, there were different conversations of the games, like Turtles in Times, Turtles Hyperstorm Heist, and the WWF wrestling games hadn't the same roster. I was one day after business school in a different town, and I go to this electronic shop and I saw the game I already had on the Super Nintendo, WWF Super WrestleMania. It had only 8 characters. It had the weaker graphics, but as a wrestling fan, you can do your special finish moves right now on the Mega Drive. And that was my hook. So they catch me. I decided to save some money and buy me a Genesis, like a friend of mine had one, and buy this game. A short time after that, in the shop where I was working, was the Mega CD2 someday on the shelf, and I don't looked at it in the way that I would do it today, cause it was expensive. It was double the price of the Mega Drive, and you had to having a Mega Drive to buy the Mega CD and use it. So I wasn't right from the start a fan. One day my boss came to me and told me that I should take this machine at home and look at it and make a presentation about it. So I took it up and it blows me away. Prince of Persia had an intro movie. In particular parts animated, in particular parts bitmap graphics, but it was an intro. Sonic CD was an eye-opener, and there was Road Adventure. And it took my heart by storm. So again, I saved some money again and bought me the Mega CD. Later, I need the money, so I sold it very cheap, and I always regret it, and I start to buy a Mega CD again and buy the games that I had back then again. Yeah, and then, like the most collectors, there's this game out there. I heard it was pretty good, so I wanna have it. Or I saw it on eBay, and I thought it's not that expensive.
Game creative staff, Wolf Team.
So that was the intro. Was quiet cause I like the intro song very much. And a little fun fact here at the point is that the Sega Saturn conversation who came out had the original theme song, and this isn't the original, but it fits perfect. So that keeps me from playing. Road Adventure is a full motion video anime movie. It's pretty much self-explaining, and it's a very thin concept of a game. You just push the right buttons at the right time. That's check out which one is one. Okay, that's break. And as long you hold or push the right button in the right time, the movie continues. So now, this cover variations, what you see is what I believe is the real start of the Mega CD. The blue ones are the early releases in Britain, and the others are the typical continental design. Later they move on to the regular double CD cases. And this is why I call the Mega CD the PlayStation 0.5. There were so many games on the Mega CD from Sony or Sony involved video game companies.
Shadowy figure is lurking in the bushes outside. Gadzooks, it's Gary Griffin, a local weirdo in them there bushes. Looks like he's got the hearts for Chuck's wife, the beautiful Ophelia Ross. Right, Gary's whacked Ophelia's nut. Forget the match, Chuck. Ophelia's in trouble. Uh-oh. Chuck's loincloth's still in the wash, and Gary's gone. Think quick, Chuck, and get something on, before it's too late.
Yeah, as you can see and hear, the sound is better and it has some intro. But in the early days of the Mega CD, there was not much more value to the game that you already had or could play on the Mega Drive as well. I have to confess that I never was a great fan of Chuck Rock, so I want to play just a few minutes and show you this game. You have the typical overview over your adventure, and you can skip it as I did now. Okay, attack, jump. As you saw, I'm not an expert on this game, but it's a solid programmed platformer. So if you like platformers and you can bite you in it, it's not that expensive, even if you buy it on, yeah, you know where. You should calculate $50 for it, maybe, but expenses it shouldn't be. Yeah, so Hook isn't also a not very expensive game. It's a typical early Mega CD game, a little intro, good audio, but the same game that it was on cartridge. So the typical 16-bit platformer, of course, and it's not that much better that it was on the cartridge. I tried to get up there, but I can't. So, okay. It's an okay game. It looks pretty. It plays okay. Yeah. The 16-bit era was that era of video games where you had still to read the manuals, and they were very hard to expand the playtime. It's a game called Power Factory, featuring CNC Music Factory. There were 3 games in continental Europe, or in Europe, of the style of Make My Music Video from the company Digital Pictures, who was notorious for the full motion video games. And the goal of the game is to make one of 3 saved music videos for these video jockeys who want you to help them out in some way. Okay, I'll be honest, I skipped that. Because this is the only song I remember from this band or this pop group. And it's the most known song. As you can see, the video quality isn't that good. It's if I be honest, when I watch it through the display, it looks better for you now than for me on the TV, because the size of the picture, and it's also typical you have these static frames around the picture to swindle you a full picture.
You've got 1,000 more videos to make today. Oh, and did someone order an electrolyte replacement fluid?
Come on, the joke is old.
Hey, you nailed it, man. Come on in. Can you feel it? High end for being so beautiful. And I gotta be me. You gotta be you. What, you think you all that? You think you sunset over the Rockies? Full moon over Hawaii? No. Not you. young honey. She says, Franklin's okay, but my favorite is really Dwayne. He's a stud extraordinaire. Punk, you put this in yourself. Ain't nothing but the truth, man. Go ahead, put it in. Oh, I don't think so. CNC would kill me. Why don't we put somebody really cool in it, like Clavillis? Do it right side up and upside down. Even strobe it. Clavillis, all the way. But what about me? Forget Dwayne. Make my video. Well, you finished it, huh? Well, let me see it. Let me see it. And now, CNC Music Factory presents the grandest, newest, freshest video on the planet.
Most shameless Mega CD commercial ever.
Oh, man, fire it up.
They don't play it in a regular CD player, they play it in a Mega CD. So, I'm pretty sure I made all wrong what I possibly can make wrong. They yell at you at the end of the video presentation now. Most times there were 3 games out there in this style. There was, as you see now, Power Factory, there was the American hip hop band Criss Cross, and there was the Australian band Inexus. The concept of the games were all the same. You had these 3 titles, you had these 3 video sequences you can choose of. So if you imagine for a price of a really cool game like Sonic 2 or Street Fighter 2 or WWF Royal Rumble, or name any game, you would have more time, more good time with that game as you have it with this one. So if you had one of these 3, you don't saw the point, or better I should say, I didn't see the point to get the other. So that was this week's episode of the Lazy Video Gamer Show. Hope you liked it. Give me a thumb up, please subscribe if you're not too lazy. Bye. I'm just a lazy video gamer, too even too lazy to get an own theme song.